come round up. See the youth them here. And the youth them this, you know. See? Yeah, and them youth here, I come do it and stand from the business like Buju and Muta. Do it right. Leave.
I'm saying to myself, since God love me so, that's if me take me 1,000 give to you, Johnny, and me go around the corner, God will prepare another 10,000 for me. Why him not prepare one for you? Where you do make God hate you so?
I want you to imagine that one day you get a call that your father's house was up in flames. You drive down there in a hurry to see like a crowd of people recording it. You're confused, you don't know what's going on. And the crowd tells you, say your daddy up on the porch a bun up. Like in that way. See your daddy there bun up.
Someone once said, if you get on the wrong train, be sure to get off the first stop.
Okay.
The longer you stay, the more expensive the return trip is going to cost you.
Wow.
And they weren't talking about trains.
Did y'all get that? You see how deep that was?
I felt that.
Listen to that again.
People, I'm going to tell the item everything. I'm going to tell the item everything. I'm going to tell the item everything.
So the question of why is everybody quitting YouTube emerge. Why is everybody quitting YouTube? I myself sometimes feel like to quit YouTube. You know? So let me see if I can answer this question as to why most people then, and it's the people who are trying to make a mark on social media, the people who are trying to do positive with their platform, like, you know what I mean, to educate or to edify or to inform. Those are the ones who feel like quitting YouTube. And it's because we're living in a time, people, where
there are too many insensitive, uneducated, illiterate, ignorant people in Jamaican society, and they're a danger to themselves and they're a danger to other people.
The righteous get pushed aside. We're living in a time where people make the right feels like it is the wrong and the wrong feel like it is the right. We live in a time where people who do bad things get all the props. We're living in a time where even children and teenagers going to school and trying to you know, get an education and to be do good in academics, don't get any props. That's the time we're living in where negativity rules. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, if a person went out and even buy the newspaper, the Star or the Gleaner, they only buy certain days paper. Like, I can remember people never used to even purchase the paper on a Tuesday. It's always Monday, Wednesday, and Friday paper they normally buy, because these paper are the paper that comes with the excitement of bad news. Like when you pick up a Monday evening paper and it tell you how many people lost their life violently, or, you know, and that is what people are gravitating towards, the negative things. And that is why on YouTube the negativity is selling. And most of the YouTubers are just after the views. They don't care about people. They don't care about anything else. Just the views and their likes and their shares. That's all. Majority of the YouTubers now they care about. And so, before me really even go any further, I just want to take this time out to, you know, give a shout out to some of the YouTubers that are not just doing this for likes and views and shares and you know, not just doing it for money purpose, but just to make a mark and to make a difference in people's life, you know what I mean? And if you can set something that can uplift somebody in a positive way, a thumbs up to people like the twin brothers, twins, Curly Locks and Two Locks. You know what I mean? We applaud these youths. Many people might not, but I applaud the twins, twins, you know, Curly Locks and Two Locks. You know what I mean? The 2 cents and my 2 cents, and you know what I mean? Applaud them. They're doing a good job. I mean, and there are some other ones like Rick Storm, the Fame Edgers, the Teach Them. You know what I mean? Quite a few of them. Mota Massey. Most of them are most of them are doing a fantastic job in terms of, you know, not just for the views and the likes and the shares, but, you know what I mean, to make a mark, to contribute in a positive way. You know, and sometimes it can be hurtful. You know what I mean? It can be very stressful when, you know, you're putting certain amount of work into, you know what I mean, to, because you're not just about views and likes, you're not just about shares, and you're not just about making money from YouTube, but you know what I mean? And then you see the people, because I can point out some vloggers on YouTube who are doing a fantastic job, and when you look at their views, when they put out a content, it's not much. And then you know, if you want to get X amount of view, then you have to do the mix up and the pass up and the blend and the whole negative things, and you know what I mean? You mentioned something about Vibes Cartel. Yes, right? So this is why a lot of people who have been putting in the work and you know, they feel like it's not been paid off. You know what I mean? It's a variety of things, man. And the world is different. You want to know if the world is different? All right. We are now living in the end of time. A lot of people don't believe that, but it is. If you want to know if we are really in the end days, at the end of time, the last days, yeah, look around. Look around and see what people are gravitating towards. And the Bible did speak about these things. A lot of people don't like to hear when you mention the Bible. I do not know why, but you know what I mean? It's a guideline to this journey. And without it, we won't get where we should be going. You understand? So what I'm trying to say is, when you look around and see how people are behaving and see how most people are, you know, getting into more devilish activity than godliness, then it tells you that you know, we are approaching the end of time, man. It is a time where I see people who don't want to work.
Let me tell you something, you know. Me not back from no boy, no girl, nobody. I not apologize to no man.
Ambition is a hell of a thing. A lot of people these days don't have any ambition. A lot of youngsters and middle-aged people don't have any ambition. Ambition is a good thing. People should have ambition. Now, we live in a time where we see lazy people. Lazy people don't want to work. Lazy people just want to sit down, and you must go out there and put in the work at hard labor, and then whatever you inherit, you give it to them. And if you don't, then it costs you out too. Can you imagine that? Lazy people, I take a look at, like for instance in Jamaica, a lot of lazy people don't want to try for themselves. Don't want to try for themselves. And then you must give to them like the stretching their hands. And even when you give to them, It's not enough. It's never enough. They say, what is this? What is this you're giving me? What this? Can you imagine? Like they send you how to work. They curse people who go living overseas. They beg them stuff. Sometimes they get, sometimes they don't. And even when they get, they still complain. It's not enough. And if they don't get, they complain like you owe them obligations. It's a crucial time. I've seen it. And they're sitting, and most of these youths don't understand. Most of these people, they're not even youths. Most of these people don't understand what other people go through on a daily basis, a day-to-day basis. The hard-working people, the people who have to go out to work. They don't understand, they don't know, they have no knowledge of what these people encounter on a daily basis. Things they have to put up with on a daily basis. You understand? Just to secure their monthly income. You understood? And then they sit down on the tree, on the veranda, wherever, wasting their days. Don't want to try for themselves. And you must give yours to them. But there's something I learned. A good friend of mine told me this a while ago. He said, listen, you must be careful who you give to. It's not everybody you should give to. It's not every single person you should give to. He said, if you give something to a person, for instance, say you give money to a person and they don't do anything constructive with it, don't give the money again. You understand? Don't give them no money again. Because if you constantly giving them money and they're wasting it, not putting it to no use, it's your labor them wasting. You understand that? They're wasting yours while your hard-earned money. So don't, and everybody you give to. You give something to somebody and they do something good with it, you can say, okay, I can give this person again. Even the Bible said that. I gave a guy one time a mobile phone in Jamaica. I gave him a mobile phone. And a couple of years after I went to Jamaica, I saw the guy with the same mobile phone in good condition. I was like, is that the phone I gave you like a couple of years ago? He said, yeah, it's the same phone. I couldn't believe it. So that guy, it gives me great pleasure. You know what I mean? I have no hesitation if this guy should ask me for something again. No hesitation in giving it this guy. And there are other people who I gave things to. And within a week, they destroy it, they mash it up. So, when you really look at things, life, when you really look at life, the outlook, and you wonder, I remember my father tell me one time, he says, the reason why most families are poor and poverty-ridden is because one member of the family probably working are bringing in the money, and then they have 7, 8, 9, 10 other members of that same family who is not productive, not doing no progress, not bringing in anything. And so they are all relying on this one person who is bringing in the food. And so the food cannot serve. As it come, it gone. Now you imagine if there's a family of 5 and all 5 person is bringing in food. Now they can eat and have leftovers. But if one person if it's just one person bringing in food, if the one person, what the one person is bringing in probably can't even share for the 5 of them, much less to have leftovers. You understand? So people make life hard. People create hardship. You understand? Imagine, let us look at some of these stories now. Imagine, like for instance, Lieutenant Stitchy is a guy who they say is sick and needs, according to his family, he needs financial assistance to secure medication. medical, medical attention. And so people are reluctant to render any form of financial assistance. You see me? And Stitchie, Lieutenant Stitchie was a guy who dedicated most of his life to entertaining the world. And some people find the time to look at the fact that he used to make money. What have he done with his money? You overs?
No long time you don't see me, but a vengeance this morning, yeah. Track! Hey, y'all. Hey, listen. Hey, look at me. Let me hear you. Let me hear you. Sit. Hey, yeah. Yaga, yaga, yaga. Hey, listen. Look at me. Almighty God, yes, me I feel love you. Almighty God, me I go stop serving you. Almighty God, Stitchie, I feel praise you. Almighty God, me I go stop. Hey, for the food and the evening, the clothes and the back and the food that I can wear. For the rest of my dog, the life, and Almighty God don't care. When that them a guy, that them a light, no man, attention to the face, but can't present the ones on you here. This time, me I can raise them, and that I put me here. Everybody in my mind is sweet and sour, and my God is putting shit on the right. Listen, 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 listen. Hey, hey. From the morning, I like the rock till I'm on the field turns. That real well, right foot, I'm a run no by your foot, but give me the bridge, I need for your company, I get me, and it's like I'm with your cast on judgment. When you put a bit of you let the love forget me, when the enemy's country, you know me, blitz, you let the front. I don't think you this is that, so we know that my family. Tell me, where would I be without the Almighty? Look at me, listen up. Listen. You're going to get lyrics till you're weak. No one going to rush it. Because you know, since we changed life, August 7, 1997, I gave my life to Jesus Christ. People believe that when you go to church, you can't go dance. We need to spread the word everywhere. And then feel once you give your life to Christ, then you can't talk no lyrics again. All of a sudden, everything's done. Well, listen up.
And I'm saying, we can't even look at that, because even this GoFundMe page that they create and thing, Stitchie probably not even aware of it. It's probably, because you don't know, in a family you have good and bad, and you have family members who will do things to bring down the family. And when the rest of family members are trying to hold their head up and to walk in the light, there's always this one family member who chose to remain in the darkness. And so they do things that are not uplifting or enlightening. You understand? And it make people look at the family in a disgraceful way. And so this might be the case where Stitchie is in the hospital, you know what I mean, and he's not aware of what's going on, you know what I mean, and what's been said about him or all these things. You understand? And one family member can just create a GoFundMe because that person wants to use this Stitchie's sickness as an opportunity to obtain money. That probably be the case. Now, I know there is a God. It is a just God. So, rather than to, speculate and to bring up excuses as to say, okay, I won't be donating any money because Stitchie was this and Stitchie was that, and he was signed to Atlantic Records, and he was driving Oma at one point, and he was making money. What has he done with all his money? And I'll still contribute if I can, and I will urge people, if you can, to donate. And don't look, and even if the mere fact that a family member may be doing something, we don't know if that's really the case. So you still contribute, and if that is the case, then God will deal with them. Is that? And meanwhile, when Stitchie is battling for his life, I would say, and people are reluctant to donate or to say, let me contribute or lend a hand of financial assistance, people will fork out any amount of money to go to a concert.
Just one telling us, say, all them songs down here, Cartel, are released. Song them we did do already. You see me? But I don't expect Cartel soon to go up on no stage to perform, because Cartel are one of the biggest issue right now, which is breathing. Him lungs in a problem because him heart in a problem. So, you just did your exercise, happiness and go on. The man have a serious issue.
People will pay any amount of money. Any amount of money. They would go to the bank to take out a loan to go to a concert or to go. I remember when Chris Brown came to Jamaica, people took out loans to attend the Chris Brown concert, but they'd find it hard to donate $100 or $1,000 to Stitchie GoFundMe thingy. So this is the type of society we social media has created, where people are not even humans anymore. We ain't. You know what I mean? I remember one time I saw this video, brethren, and it grieved me to the core. I saw this video where a lady had an accident in Jamaica, a motor vehicle accident, and her car was on flames, bruv. And she was trapped in the vehicle, trying to get out of the vehicle before it exploded. And people were standing around the vehicle with their cameras and their phones out, making videos and taking pictures, while the woman was fighting to save her life. You see what I'm going?
I want you to imagine that one day you get a call that your father's house was up in flames. You drive down there in a hurry to see like a crowd of people recording it. You're confused, you don't know what's going on. And the crowd tells you, say your daddy up on the porch burn up. Like in that way. See your daddy there burn up.
And when you see these things, it makes you wonder, bruv, if we are still living in the same planet, in the same earth. You understand? Social media has turned people. And you check out some people, they got the most followers, and we don't even know them. You got the most social media friends, and you probably pass them every single day on the streets. And while they might not even recognize you either, because you already know, seeing a person in real life and see them in fake life is two different scenes, bruv. You know what I mean? Because people do all type of things when they're gonna take a picture, you know. They look different. And when you see them in real life, you'll be like, is that the same person? They are the same person. You see what I'm saying? So I think we need to get back to being humans. And I'm not saying anything is wrong with social media. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the use of it is wrong. Or we are using it is wrong. It is. Or we are using it. I believe it's wrong. I do. You understood? I do believe. And this is why a lot of people who think when they had a YouTube channel and they could make a difference or even to make an impact, in a positive way and finds that people are not gravitating towards what is positive. They like the negativity. They like to go on YouTube and see where 100 people lost their life through violence, or their motor vehicle, there was a motor vehicle accident and 7, 8, 9, 10 people died in that motor vehicle accident. They like these things, and people do not understand that they are the one who are creating these things. They are the one who are causing these things to happen, because that's what they crave. So it is a desire, your heart, Bridget, is what you crave. That's what you want to see. That's what you want to watch. That's what you want to read about. You see it? Certain books are not being sold anymore because they are not saying what the people want to read about. That's not what it says. I see somebody put out a video say Juna Reid eats a girl, and it gets hundreds of thousands of views. Hundreds of thousands of views. And when I saw it, I didn't even watch it. I just read the headline. I said, come on, man. That's like trying to, that's derogatory act, and that's right there. Is that? So why are we, and when you check, this is what bring the darkness. This is what bring the sadness. This is what make it a sad scene. This is what make us a sad people, right? This is what make it. When you look at other people, other folks who we don't share the same skin color with, and you check their content on YouTube, they are putting out educational stuff. They're putting out informative information. You understand? They are putting out stuff to uplift and to motivate and to encourage their kind. And what are we doing? Pranks and passa and negativity and yeah, I mean, this is what I'm trying to say. So don't you wonder why? So I see, what's this guy called? I can't remember this guy's name. I don't really watch him like that, but I saw one of his videos he put out, and the headline says he's quitting YouTube, and somebody said, why is he quitting YouTube? And I said, a lot of people are quitting YouTube because probably they don't want to go on the negative stream, the negative road, the negative path, just to generate views. Or, you know what I mean? They don't want to do that. They want to do positive and etc. People who take on to what is positive, people who take on to what is educational, what is informative in a positive way. You know what I mean? You feel like people would love those stuff like those, but people of our kind don't really like them stuff. And that is why most of our people who are doing positiveness wants to quit and do something else with their time.
There are some people who give negative connotation to those who preach peace, love, and light, claiming that they ignore the work needing to be done in the shadows and are not grounded in reality. And while that might be true for some, for most, that couldn't be further from the truth. Genuine embodied beings of peace, love, and light have walked through the belly of the beast and into the depths of the shadows, and have still had the ability to be the sunshine in the most gravest of storms. And through the maintenance of their unwavering, indestructible light, they were gifted sight and the symbolic promise of rainbows. They have had to dissolve and undergo massive ego deaths in order to be transformed. So yes, there is reverence, because they understand the wisdom and shamanic way of the butterfly. See, most light bearers have witnessed deep pain and suffering, and through life's pressures have become diamonds, shining their way up to the initiation of becoming an alchemist, one who has the ability to turn pain into purpose and trials into testimony, making the choice of living in peace, living in love, living in light, even in the sometimes harsh conditions of the world, it's not a bypass. It's a mind-blowing miracle.
A friend of mine said to me, a male friend of mine said to me, if I know how many girls is banging, like every night, he can bang a different girl.
Neighbor! Hey, my neighbor. Neighbor, help me call your husband. Let me call help me rub cream for my back.
Honey, honey, our neighbor say make you go help her rub cream for her back.
Our neighbor?
Our neighbor.
I beg.
So make I go.
Go now, go help our neighbor. Waiting they there now. What are neighbors for?
Make I go.
Go help her.
I go help him.
Go help her, man. Go now. What are neighbors for?
So make I go.
Go now. Go help our neighbor. Enter now. What are neighbors for?
Oh, thank you. God will bless you. I love you.
Welcome, my dear.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
And I said to him, plenty men did that. Plenty men been there and done that. But I said to him, do you know that every time you sleep with someone, you exchange bodily fluid? Did you know that? And he said, no. He said, what do you mean? I said, okay. So every time you sleep with a girl, you exchange bodily fluid, like you give to her and she gave to you. So if you sleep with 100 girls, that's 100 spirits you walking around with. 100 spirits. He said he didn't know that. I said, where do you check it? That's why the Bible says your body is a temple and you must take care of it. So sometimes you see a baby born, like a guy had a child with this woman, and the child may have a look of somebody. It's probably somebody he used to go out with 10 years ago, or somebody she used to sleep with 10 years ago. Like, for instance, today I saw this kid, and I was looking at the kid. And I was cutting the kid's ear. I was giving the kid a haircut, right? And I was looking at the kid and I said, this kid look like Steph Curry. I was trying to say it to myself, but I probably said it out a bit loud. Yes, I said, this kid looks like, he looks similar. You have a look like Steph Curry. You know, Steph Curry, the NBA player, basketball player. And the mom was like, you know, funny enough you should say that. Because I used to go to one of his cousins like 7 years ago. I said, really? He said, yes, she went to school with him and they used to go out 7 years ago. So this kid now, his father is no relation to Steph Curry. But she used to go to, apparently she used to go to one of Steph Curry's relative 7 years back. And so the child, and then I said, no, it's really true, you know. So the spirit is still, you carry all these people, body fluid within you. So all these things, most of us didn't even know. Otherwise, we wouldn't be sleeping around with so many people. Yeah, it's true. And guess what, people? Guess what? Everybody carry different bloodline, right? But sometimes a person might end up with illnesses that's not even run his immediate family. Did you know that? He inherited that from one of the people that he used or she used to sleep with. Because remember, we always exchange bodily fluid every time we slept with somebody without using protection. No, people need to know that. And that is why even when you and somebody part ways, like no longer together, as you say, the ex becomes the ex, you still remember the person and you still, you know what I mean? It is what it is. And if I didn't know these things like a while ago, I wouldn't sleep with so many people. I would not have slept with so many people. But I only learned these things like not so long ago. You see me? And so I like to watch things that enlightens me. I like to watch stuff that teaches me something that I didn't know. I like to watch things that is entertaining, but it's educating at the same time. I don't like too much of negativities. Because what you sow is like a computer, you know. So whatever you store inside the computer, that's the only thing is going to be in the computer. Whatever you store inside there. It's the same thing when you feed your system with only negativity. You only pack up with what? Negativity. Sit. See what I say? And that is why so many people who are on the positive part, who are trying to, you know, to share knowledge with the world and to educate, let people know some of the things that you know, are quitting YouTube. Because the people who you are trying to encourage, are trying to share knowledge with, are not interested. They are not interested. Strange, right? It is. It is. I'm going to leave the rest for another time. But remember, be true to yourself.
Yo, dirty money we a wash it clean. Man I got inna the place if you know what me mean. Submerged na the Viet and a no submarine. One girl my queen, so we do it in. Over heaven we a keep a grand gala. Da match and a draw goal score Maradona. View you no come and you no see a panorama. Me spiritual no religious, me no dep no drama. Your honor, from Jamaica to Ghana, London, Birmingham we a holy order. Gospel a preach and a that a free genre. I guess of praise we shout it Hosanna. My girl listen, you see your morals over that put it down there. If you ring no go on, tell a boy run way. If I ring it up, you pay, God we put you somewhere. Ask and you shall receive if you know what God you say. Real man a God now fi have clutch back. And me Bible me wave and have the whole place locked. If you never know now, you know you better know that Bible verse.